Hey folks, it's about 4:15, October 25th, Friday, 49 degrees, and you could hear from my voice that I'm just waking up. What I like to do when I start my rotation off, so to speak, I like to do a quick walk around and thinking about what the heck I'm doing with my week, my days off, so that I can actually make progress. So some things you guys will be able to see, some things you won't. As an example, I am going to run scrap this week, and this looks like something that should join the pile. So I guess under that comment, this tractor is my first 200 pounds of scrap, and I really like to get to the point where the load is worth scrapping, so obviously I have to dig up quite a bit more than that. For anyone who looks at the deck and says, is that any good? Could I have it? Just a quick comment about the deck. One of the blades is seized and the other spindle is cracked, so it doesn't pay to do anything with that. And the deck, though it looks somewhat intact, it's actually rustier than it looks. What needs to happen is I need to build another one of these, and I need to get them both loaded, which means this tree is probably going to have to go. I really hate to cut down a nice spruce tree like that. You can see the bottom is thinner than the top. The deer have been chewing on it, but over the years, not recently. They're not to the point where they're eating spruce yet. There's no snow on the ground. But I got to cut that down. I got a few trees to cut down along the drainage ditch over there. So I'm just thinking I should get the chainsaw fired up. I should also kill off these pallets and get that stuff cleaned up. So just a quick wake-up video where I'm trying to figure out what I'm up to. Because when you guys watch these things, just before I put them up, I watch them also. I just want to make sure, a quick run through to see that my, neighbor isn't running naked in the background or something, or, there isn't anything weird going on. The last thing I want is, the perv police from YouTube coming to my house. This one and this one, these two should get parted out next. I've told you guys this one has a blown hydro, but it's got a nice deck in it, and the body's in decent shape. Probably this one will be second. This one should go first. I'm not sure what it's, I kind of put this stuff up for storage, and then I don't remember what's in it. Oh, looks like an engine that Pug would kill for. Yeah, it's not rotating right now. That could be, I got to figure out if it's probably worth taking off. I think this one has a hydrostatic in it also. If I recall, the front end wasn't, you can see. I don't know, can you see? These really have a super cheap front end on them. But the deck doesn't look horrible. Anyway, so I got to go through it. This one has a thrown rod, and I think it just has your standard one longer. Yeah. I guess it was too much trouble to keep oil in it. So what the heck? Maybe somebody wanted a new tractor. You got to blow up the old one before you could get a new one. But I do need to go by. I got a couple of decks that I got to take a closer look at. It looks like a few things that I should climb in there and get out of that rusty cap for a chimney there. Where is it? I guess you guys could see it there. I mean, that kitty gate. I see a sink. Yeah, there's just like a bunch of loose items that I should get out of here. Some of these I've kept because I wanted, like the chain, the clutch, the sprockets. This one is an electric start. I should go through that. As I'm just poking about out here, I'm thinking there's I shouldn't have too much trouble digging up 1,000 pounds of scrap, especially if one takes a quick look at this trailer. I got some aluminums here too. See, that's from a pool. The shape of the metal, they're kind of like shelves, but just the shape of the metal and the way they are, I've kind of not disposed of those. I've deliberately not disposed of those. I should go through this lawnmower hoard. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, 5 lawnmowers here. I should figure out which ones are worth keeping and which ones should go. Get rid of them. The weed whackers. I mean, the problem with these is like this guy, the bubble's about to go. I deliberately saved those horizontal shaft engines. Those are real sweet little 2 horsepower engines. Run forever. I got to figure out what's going on. But I should go through this trailer, dig up some more metal. So, I think what I'm going to do, as I talk to myself here, I think I'm going to load the F-150 with metal, get it ready to go to run scrap. So that'll be that. I'll take the little Ranger to Connecticut if I decide to go to the flea market. I'm going to go to the flea market, right? It's like a hoarder, right? Hoarder has to go to the flea market like an addict needs his drug, whatever it is, gambling or alcohol or drugs. So yeah, I gotta keep moving on this stuff. It was, I think, 2 years ago. I don't think it was any more than 2 years ago. For this weekend, 2 years ago in this area, we had our first snow, and it was significant. And I wasn't ready to go. I was screwed. There was enough snow. It was wet. It was heavy. There was enough snow where it was just beyond shoveling it, just a little too much to shovel. But, there wasn't quite enough for the backhoe loader because, that kind of makes a mess too. So it was really, annoying. I think I ended up shoveling it, but my son drove on it a few times. So it was, there were like, piles of snow in the driveway. It was a real pest of a snowstorm. I'm hoping this year not to be in that condition again. Other little things like, just roll some of this crap into the hoop shed, and that's eventually what I'm going to do. But you just don't want this sitting there on the tires, because then the tires go square and you have a piece of crap. At least that is bolt-on wheels, and I can dig up another set of tires for it. But for some of these slide-on guys like that, you don't want to leave weight on them because the tires go square. And then you got to figure out how to get the rim off the axle. And if you do manage to get the rim off the axle without breaking anything, then you got to get the tire off the rim. And if you get the tire off the rim, and it looks like this, right, all rusty, then you have to put a tube in it. You have to clean up the rim, paint it, or it's going to cut your tube eventually. Then you got to paint it, then you got to put the tire back in it. And it's a whole lot of work for something that if you only put blocks under the tire in the first place, you wouldn't be running into this problem. So that's got to go in. It's got to get lifted up. So I guess what I'm doing is I'm roaming around out here as I'm trying to figure out what to start with and what to do next. I do have enough materials where I can put the little lean-to, the cattle panel, at an angle here. I'm basically extending the deck, but just set the cattle panel with a little angle to come out 48 inches. Probably I'm going to want to start high, up a little higher, right? There'll be ventilation that way, and then once again run it down. And then what I'll do is underneath here, clean this mess up. And I think I can slip 4 tractors under here. If I can manage to get 4 of them set up under here, that'll make my life easier too. Let's pretend for now I leave those 2 because they're stable for the winter. And I put 1. Let's say you go under there. 1. 2, 3, 4. Let's say you go under. So those 4 are taken care of. I still have an empty hoop building that I haven't put anything in. So let's say in there goes 1. A hoop building, what did I tell you guys? I think that's good for 6. So let's go with 1. And what is floating about out here? One, 2, 3, 4, and I have a little bit of space. Maybe throw a quad in there or something. Yeah, basically I'm thinking out loud. God, I wouldn't mind if those Yamahas got someplace safe and weren't just sitting right there. So if I do that lean-to over there, that cattle panel thing over there, get 4 tractors and put up another hoop building, I should be able to get everything here, just about everything here covered. This is getting to be 12 minutes, so I'm going to make it quick. The other thing I've been thinking, the backhoe loader's been living downstairs, down in the lower garage forever, and it takes forever to get it in and out. But I frequently need it up here, so I'm considering moving it up here and just having it easier to obtain. That way I can pick up and move things around easier with it. Anyway, folks, live, love, and have a great time. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde. Till then, tires down, handlebars up. Thanks for watching, subscribing, commenting. Thanks to the new and old subscribers. Thanks to all the support, the encouragement, and the advice. Thanks to the advice. The advice does help at times. Take care now.